You know when you see the flowing, almost magical lines of Arabic script and just wonder, what's the story there? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going on a journey into the history, the structure, and really the soul of one of the world's most beautiful writing systems. And this quote, yeah, this really nails it. Right from the start, you've got to understand that Arabic script is about so much more than just communication. It's a deep, profound art form, a visual expression of faith and culture. That idea is going to be at the heart of everything we talk about today. So, first things first, to really get Arabic, we need to find its spot on the map, on the great linguistic family tree. Where does the language itself come from? It's such a simple question, right? But the answer is huge. We're going to start with a massive bird's eye view and then zoom way in. Okay, so Arabic belongs to this enormous group of languages called the Afro-Asiatic family. And just like the name says, its roots stretch all the way across Africa and Asia. We're talking one of the biggest and oldest language families on the planet. Now, let's zoom in a bit. Inside that huge family, we find Arabic tucked into the Semitic subfamily. And its relatives? Well, it's like a who's who of linguistic history. You've got these ancient, super influential tongues like Akkadian and Phoenician, right alongside living languages you've definitely heard of, like Hebrew and Aramaic. This family has some serious history. All right, we've placed the language. Now, for the main event, the script itself. Honestly, the story of how the Arabic alphabet came to be is like this incredible 3,000-year-old detective story, where we follow the clues from one ancient civilization to the next. And the family line is surprisingly direct. It all kicks off with the Phoenicians and their revolutionary alphabet. From there, the Arameans picked it up and adapted it. Then it gets passed to the Nabataeans. Yep, the same people who built that incredible city of Petra. And finally, from that Nabataean script, early Arabic is born. Each one was a critical link in the chain. And here's where the story gets absolutely wild. That original Phoenician alphabet, it hit a fork in the road. One path went west, and it became the foundation for Greek, then Latin, and eventually all the modern European alphabets we use today. The other path traveled east, leading directly to Arabic. So in a way, the Latin alphabet and the Arabic script are long-lost cousins. They share the exact same ancient ancestor. How cool is that? Now, this is a really important point, a common misconception we need to clear up. While the rise of Islam was definitely the catalyst that took the Arabic script global, the language itself is way, way older. Spoken Arabic, with this incredibly rich tradition of oral poetry, was already thriving. The Quran was revealed into that language, and the script they had became the perfect vehicle for preserving and spreading it. Okay, so we've covered the where and when. Now let's get into the how. How does this script actually work? I know it can look a little intimidating at first, but you're about to see that the rules underneath it all are surprisingly logical. There are really just 4 fundamental rules to get your head around. First, you read and write from right to left. Second, it's cursive, which means the letters in a word almost always have to connect to each other. Third, it's what we call an abjad, or a consonantal alphabet. And finally, you can never break a word with a hyphen. The whole thing has to fit on one line. So what on earth is an abjad? Well, in writing systems like Arabic and Hebrew, the main letters of the alphabet stand for the consonants. The short vowel sounds, they're often just left out, and your brain supplies the right ones based on the context of the sentence. It's a key feature of Semitic languages, where the consonant roots are the real carriers of meaning. And that brings us to the single biggest thing that confuses people when they first see Arabic. The letters seem to change shape. A letter at the beginning of a word can look totally different from that same letter in the middle. But there is a very simple, elegant reason for this, and it all comes back to that it must be cursive rule. This right here, this solves the whole puzzle. Because the letters have to connect, each one has developed up to 4 different forms depending on its position. Let's just take the letter ba as an example. When it's all by itself, it has its full isolated shape. At the start of a word, it uses an initial form that's open and ready to connect to the left. In the middle, it has a medial form that connects on both sides, and at the end, it has a final form that closes the word off. See? It's not 4 different letters. It's just one clever letter adapting to its neighbors to create that gorgeous, unbroken, flowing line. So all these unique features, the right to left flow, the cursive connections, they all lead us to our final and I think most profound section. This is where writing stops being just writing and becomes art. These mechanics meant the script was basically destined for something more. To really get why, you have to understand the cultural context. In many Islamic traditions, there were strong restrictions against depicting people or animals in art. Now, this didn't crush creativity, not at all. It channeled it. Artists poured all of that creative genius into other forms, and the written word, calligraphy, was elevated to become one of the most important and revered visual arts of all. So this meant that writing wasn't just about recording stuff. It became a secret act, a form of devotion. Calligraphy was the main way to visually express the beauty and perfection of the divine. It was art with a deep, spiritual soul. And calligraphy quickly became the beating heart of a whole artistic universe. It didn't just exist on its own. It was woven together with those intricate geometric patterns and beautiful floral designs that are the hallmarks of Islamic art. You see it covering the walls of breathtaking mosques and palaces, and it's not just there to be read, it's there to be experienced, a total aesthetic immersion. So let's bring it all home. As you can see, the Arabic script is so much more than just a tool for writing a language. It is the living, breathing result of thousands of years of human history. It's a system of incredible linguistic logic. And, most of all, it's a canvas for some of the most stunning art the world has ever known. It is a story written not just in ink, but in the very soul of a culture.